Hi, uh, I'm Taylor, aka Penguin402, and I've decided to create this challenge called 25 Things Challenge, and it's a challenge where you post a video on your YouTube or you can post it wherever, as long as it's not Vine. No offense to Vine, but Vine, you can't post, you can only post like a, you can't post a really long video. You can only post like really short videos. I don't understand it, but whatever. Uh, but you post 25 things that people may not know about you. And before I start the challenge, I'm going to challenge three people. Well, not three people, but three YouTubers. Rhett and Link. I challenge you guys. Uh, I challenge the Smosh Games /Smosh second channel group. Keith, Noah, Wes, Sohinki, Lasercore, Joven, Mari, Olivia, Courtney, Ian, and Anthony, the whole Smosh team. And I also challenge the Fine Brothers. They're reactors. Okay. And I'm gonna add one more. I forgot to add this last one. I gotta challenge him. He's right now probably my my third favorite YouTuber. And that's Flula. I gotta challenge Flula. Flula, I'm challenging you. Boom! Uh, okay. I'm gonna go like from 25 on down. Okay. Uh, Sorry, I'm looking at like a list that I created. So if you hear like paper moving back and forth, that's because I created a list. Oh, wrong side. But I created a list and I'm going to read it. Number 25. This one may surprise you, and I don't understand it myself. I'm a dog lover. But growing up, I had more cats than I had dogs. I don't understand it. But I love dogs more than I do cats. I don't know why, but I just do. Number 24, uh, when I was a junior and a senior in high school, I worked with the special needs students at the school, and it was such a rewarding experience, and I would go back and do it all over again. Uh, Number 23, all 4 years of high school, I was in JRTC, and I was on our competition color guard, meaning I was I wasn't in band color guard. I wasn't the one spinning the rifles and the flags and all that. I was the one that went and presented the colors, presented the flags uh, during basketball and football games, and while the national anthem was playing, and also my school competed in competitions, and I actually got to go to one. I didn't get to compete, but I got to take pictures, so really cool experience. My highest rank that I got in JRTC was captain. I would have been lieutenant colonel, but things didn't happen that way. Number 22, uh, I am the baby of the family on my dad's side. Out of my grandma's grandkids, I'm the baby. My grandma has some great grandkids that are older than me. Pretty sad though, but it's pretty cool that I get to share that. And and then on my grandpa's side, of my mom's side of the family, I'm the youngest. I'm the baby. But my grandma's grandkids on my mom's side, I'm one of the oldest. I'm like the fourth oldest. So I don't understand how that's possible, but it's how it worked out. Uh, uh, Number 21. I'm gonna do 21 and 22 together. So 21, I mean not 21 and 22, I mean 20 and 21. Uh, I was born late. I was born like about 10 days late. and I was born tiny. I was like a little bit bigger, like a couple of pounds bigger than a preemie. And I'm pretty sure if I would have been born on my actual due date, on the day I was actually supposed to be born, I probably would have been the size of a preemie. And now I'm like really big, so I don't understand that. So yeah. Number 19, I have a best friend. I'm not gonna name her name for obvious reasons, but my best friend is 6 days older than me. And what's weird is that like the day I was actually supposed to be born would have made me like older than her by a few days, but it didn't happen like that. Number uh number 18, I've never broken a bone. I came close one time. Uh, it's a long story, but to make a long story short, uh, I uh, I'm going to go up to number find it. Number 13. Number 13 says I'm a bowler, and I've been doing it since I was a kid. And when I was younger, uh, my sister was bowling as well, and we uh, we would always put our bowling stuff in the van like the ahead of time because we wouldn't have time to go back home to make it to bowling and then make it to bowling. We wouldn't have time to go back home, so we just put it in the van like the day before. Well, my sister was supposed to go put our bowling balls in the car in the van, and she wasn't doing it. And she was like, "Oh, I'll do it in a minute." Well, I got very impatient, so I went out to the van and put my bowling ball in the car by myself. Well, I went to go slide the door closed, went to shut the door, went to slide it closed, and it shut on my hand, and it didn't break any bones, luckily, but like my knuckles were purple for the longest time, and I never made that mistake again. Yeah. Number 17. When I was about 3 years old, I set the microwave on fire. Apparently, I got up on the chair and put some of my dad's Garth Brooks cassette tapes, and I'm a big Garth Brooks fan. Put put those cassette tapes in the microwave and a few other things in the microwave, and turned the microwave on, and it's caught on fire. And my mom was pretty upset about it, from what I've heard. Number 16. As a kid, I like to stick stuff up my nose. When I was about 3 years old, I stuck about twice. When I was about 3 years old, I stuck beads up my nose. My dad was able to get them out with tweezers. Then when I was about 5 years old, I stuck an M&M up my nose, and actually I stuck two up my nose. I was able to get the one, but the second one I couldn't get out, and so I so what happened? So what happened? We went over to my grandma's house and we were trying to get me a sneezing out with black pepper. Well, it didn't happen, and still to this day, I don't know what happened to that M&M. Then when I was about 8 years old, I stuck a penny up my nose, and my mom was furious about that. We went up to the urgent care, and they couldn't get it out, so I had to my mom I had to share a bed with my mom that night. So just in case, like was snoring, just in case I snored, because I snore at night. Uh, just in case I did snore and I didn't choke, just to make sure I didn't choke if I snored at night and it went into my throat. So the next day we went and because it was late at night when I did it. So next day we went to the this doctor and they had to surgically remove it. We went up to the hospital and they had to surgically remove it. So, and it was disgusting looking too. So, yeah. Number 15, I share a birthday with Leon Russell and one of my cousins. And you would think that me and my cousin were the same age. That's not the case. That's not the case. He's actually 10 years older than me, so but it's pretty cool to share a birthday with a relative. And you never forget when their birthday is too. So if you ever want to send them like a birthday card, you don't forget. Number 14, both Zach Hansen and I were born on a Tuesday, and our birthdays fall on the same day. So if for instance, if my birthday's on a Friday, his will be on a Friday. So that's pretty amazing. It's pretty epic. I already talked about number 13. I'm a bowler, and I've been doing it since I was a little kid, and I've earned scholarship money for it. So it's helped pay for college. Number 12, I've experienced more death than most people my age should. And I'd rather not talk about it. It's not anything bad or anything. It's not horrible, but, well, it is horrible, but it's not, like, I'm not gonna cry if I talk about it or anything. It's not gonna bring back any painful memories, but I'm trying to make this video short. Well, I don't want to make this video too long because I've experienced a lot of death, but I've experienced death from the time I was a baby up until I was 18 years old, and I'm not that much older I'm not that much older now, but it's pretty tough, and I've had to like get used to it. And they say like you never get used to death, and to me, I haven't gotten used to it yet. I haven't gotten used to death yet, but I'm getting more comfortable with it, getting kind of used to it, but not really. Number 11, I've never been outside of Oklahoma's bordering states, and what I mean by that is my number one is I'm from Tulsa. I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I was born and raised there, and I've never been outside of Oklahoma's bordering states. I've been to Kansas a couple of times because I have a few relatives that still live in Kansas on my dad's side. And so I've been up there to meet them and to see them. I've been to Missouri, I've been to Joplin and Branson, been to Arkansas because coming back from Branson, my parents decided to go through Arkansas. Don't ask me why. They decided to do that. And I've been to Texas several times. I mean, long story, and I'll get to that. I'll get to why I've been to Texas, but I've been to Texas so many times. It's not even funny. I've never been outside the U.S. As much as I would like to go outside the U.S., I've never actually been able to do it because I've never had the money to do it, and I've never had the time to do it. But I'm hoping I get to one day. I'm possibly Irish. On my mom's side, there's a few redheads, so I might be Irish. I don't know. I'm possibly Native American. My grandfather on my mom's side, my grandfather never got the cards or anything like that. Never tried to see if he was actually Native American. Never tried to prove it and try to get on the roll and try to get the cards and everything to prove that he is. He never even tried to do it, and it was kind of difficult. It was kind of made me mad, but I know it wasn't his fault. I know he he didn't think it was that important at the time, I guess. I don't know. But I'm possibly Native American. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm part Dutch. Number 7, I'm part Dutch. On my dad's side, on my grandma's side, on my dad's side, my grandma has Dutch in her blood, and so I've got a little bit of Dutch in my blood. So it's pretty cool. I'm part Mexican Hispanic. My great grandmother on my mom's side, my grandma's mom, she was full Mexican, but when she had my grandma, she wasn't full, like she didn't have it with another full Mexican, so it made my grandma half Mexican. So I've got a little bit of Mexican Hispanic in my blood, and I tell people that all the time, and they're like, "No, you don't. You don't speak Spanish. You can't speak Spanish. You don't speak Spanish. You're not part Mexican. You're not part Hispanic." And I'm like, "Yeah, I am. I have a little bit of Hispanic in my blood." So yeah. Number 5, I'm possibly a quarter German. I'm not entirely for sure on that because on my dad's side, my grandpa's dad, my great grandfather, we're not for sure. My grandma thinks that he may have been adopted, but we're not entirely for sure on that. And the only people that know about it, I don't talk with, I don't talk to like my great uncle and my aunt. I don't talk to them. I don't see them that often to actually ask them about it. They're the only two that would actually know about it because they're the ones that go to their family reunions and things like that. But they may not even know because my great grandfather probably didn't know, and even if he did, he was probably that type of man because he died way before my dad was even thought of, and so my dad doesn't know, and yeah, and my great grandfather probably knew, but he was probably that type of man that like you don't talk about it with him. It's just something that you never talk about it with. Never talk about my grandfather on my mom's side. You never talked about family, like his family history or him being in the military or like why him and my grandma got a divorce. Like you don't talk about that. It was just something that you never talked about. And he would never talk about it. He would never actually come up to you and say like, "Oh, like this is why I did this or this and that." He never did that, and that's probably how my great grandfather was. Probably never wanted to talk about it. So I don't know. I probably may never know, but yeah. Uh, I number 4 when I was well, let me tell you number 3 first before I tell you number 4, because number 4 would make a lot more sense if I told you number 3. Number 3, when I was about 5 or 6 years old, I had surgery done. Had my very first surgery. I had what they call a pharyngeal flap, also known as a phalangeal flap, and it was I had to get it done because because I was born with a cleft palate, and my uh, and it was I was born with a cleft palate, and so they had to do it so my speech would be better, and then like a couple years later, I had another surgery to like correct what they had done the first time because my speech wasn't getting any better. So that's what they did. Well, a few months after they had the first surgery, had done the first phalangeal flap surgery. They I was put back into the hospital because my appendix almost ruptured and they had to remove it. And and if I would have gotten to the hospital like 30 seconds later than what I did, I probably wouldn't either be sitting here talking to you guys, or I would have been in the hospital a lot longer. Would have either died or been in the hospital a lot longer. So I thank God every single day, and thank God for the angel on my shoulder for doing what for for being there for me and making sure I didn't die. Okay, and number two, uh, I if you're watching this in 2016, I am currently a student at the University of Oklahoma. Go Sooners! Woo! Class 2018. Woo! Number one. Uh, but I'm currently a student at the University of Oklahoma, majoring in creative media production, which used to be called broadcast and electronic media, and it's pretty much just producing like audio, video, producing documentary, filmmaking, things like that, and broadcasting. That's pretty much what it is. And I'm focusing on audio production. And number one, I already mentioned. Sorry, I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was born and raised in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And fun fact, really quick about that. I was born at the same hospital as my dad. Me and my dad were both born on a Tuesday. Our birthdays don't fall the same day. And I was born about a mile. Both me and my dad were born about a mile from where Garth Brooks was born. So it's pretty amazing. And apparently my mom was born at the same hospital that he was. So that's equally amazing. But I challenge Rhett and Link, the Five Brothers are reactors, the Smosh team, the whole Smosh team, and Flula to do this challenge. To tell us something. Like, you don't have to do like a whole video like I just did. You could just like do like one a day, like make it into like a one a day thing, like span it out into 25 days. But those are 25 things that you may or may not have known about me. Please post in the comments. I think there might be a comment section at the bottom. If there is, please put down in the comments 25 things that people may not know about you, or do a video response to this, and you can pick as many you can challenge as many people as you would like, and hopefully we can get this trending worldwide. And yeah. And also give me some suggestions on what I should do too. What videos I should upload. Because I'm getting like really bored at this point, to the point where I don't feel like uploading videos, and I want to continue uploading videos for you guys, because I don't do it for myself, I do it for you guys. So yeah, and come up with like a crazy fan base name. I know Rhett and Link, they have the Mythical Beast, which I'm a Mythical Beast. And I know PewDiePie has a Bro Army. I don't know about the Fine Brothers, and I don't know about Smosh or Flula, but I know that yeah. So just come up with a weird name for this fan base. Maybe the girl army or the singing army, the singing vlogging army. I don't know. Just come up with a thing, and don't forget to like, comment. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye. Boom.